Welcome to GKey Solutions Private Limited.
SQL Server Integration Services, Classes and Real-Time Interview Questions and Answers. Part 7. What is the Execute SQL task and different SQL source types in it in SSIS?
In this part, we are going to discuss about what is the Execute SQL task and different SQL source types in it. Let us see what is the Execute SQL task in SSIS. The Execute SQL task is a control flow task in SQL Server Integration Services used to run SQL statements or stored procedures against a relational database or compatible provider. You can use it for many purposes such as creating or dropping tables, updating, inserting or deleting records, running stored procedures, retrieving a single value that is scalar or a full result set, executing DDL or DML statements as part of a workflow. SQL source types are: inside the Execute SQL task editor, the SQL source type property defines where your SQL statement comes from. There are three different types. First one would be direct input. You type the SQL query directly in the editor, and use case for it, simple queries are DDL commands like create table, update table, etc. And second one would be file connection. SQL is stored in external.sql file. SSIS reads from the file at runtime. Use case like reusable of SQL script managed outside SSIS, example version controlled. Third one would be variable. SQL statement is stored in SSIS variable, that is string. When you want to build a dynamic SQL queries at runtime, you'll go and use variables. These are three different types like direct input, file connection and variable. These are the three different SQL source types in Execute SQL task. Let us see these things practically in SSIS. Now we are SSIS, that is SQL Server Integration Services, and we have created a project called GKey demo, and we are going to create a package. The package is already here. I'm just renaming it Execute SQL task. Now let us see in favorite data flow and Execute SQL task. These are the two mainly prevalently used tasks, and I'm using Execute SQL task now. Here it is a control flow task. Just opening it, we'll see the different options in it. See, coming to the result sets, we'll be having different result sets like single, full, XML result sets, and none also one of the option. And connection types, there are different connections types available: Excel, OLEDB, ODBC, ADO, ADO.NET, and SQL Mobile. Mostly we are using OLEDB and Excel like connection types. And in connection, you can give, for example, I want to connect to SQL Server database. For that, you have to take connection type as OLEDB, and you have to establish new connection here. And coming to the SQL source type that we discussed in the previous slide, there are three different types like direct input, file connection, and variable. And let us check these things one by one. For this, what I have done is I have script study with me. I have a employee script, and these are the different scenarios that we are going to execute step by step by using Execute SQL task. Here, connection type I'm taking as OLEDB. Why? Because we are executing these queries on SQL Server database end, and I'm trying to create a connection here. I'm just deleting and creating the connection from the beginning, and here I'll be creating a connection. I'm taking this server name here, and coming to in this server, what are the different databases available? We can see in the drop down. We are taking demo.GKey. Why? Because we are going to execute these things in a demo.GKey database, and GKey Solutions is a server name. I'm testing the connection type. Connection is successful. I'm taking this connection. Now we have connected to OLEDB, that is SQL Server database, that too with demo.GKey database. The source type is direct input. Now we have to give the direct input here. For the direct input, I have the query ready here. If not exists such a select information schema tables where table name is employee. If there is no employee table in the database, we are going to create this table. The table is having ID, which which is identity property. That means it's going to generate a sequential number. No need to give explicitly value for this ID. And name, gender and age. Name and gender are varchar data types and age is int data type. For our convenience, I'm just dropping it from the beginning. I'm just going and creating. I'm taking this script here. This script is going to create a table and it is going to insert one record, that is Rahul M and 30 to the employees table. Let's check whether the table is not existed now. Then this script is going to create a table and insert a record in it. We are going to paste this query here. We can write this query here itself. We are trying to create a table and insert a record into here. And I'm trying to execute this thing. It is got executed. Let us check whether this record, that means Rahul M and 30, Rahul male and 30 record is inserted or not. Now one record got inserted. And let us check the next scenario, that is to update. First step is to create and insert some data into it, and second step I am just updating the employee age, Rahul age from 30 to 32, and employee Rahul I'm changing gender M to female. Okay, these two update steps I'm trying to execute from execute SQL task. In place of direct query, the previous query, I'm just typing the new query here. I'm executing the task here. Task got executed successfully. Let us check the data. Is it modified or not? See, now the gender has been changed to female and age from 30 to 32. It has been updated for Rahul record. Okay. Now we have done creating a report like a table and inserting a record and updating the record. All the DDL commands that we have executed now. Then we'll check the next option, that which is available in execute SQL task. Here what we are trying, we are directly giving the value here. Now we are trying to insert a record by using the variables which are available in SSIS. That is, to create a variable, you have to right click on here and go to variables, and you can create the different variables here. First variable would be name, and the name for this data type would be string. The value that I'll try to give some values here. These values I'm going to name, gender. This is also string data type, and here gender male I'm just creating, and another variable that I'm trying to create is age. These are the three columns available in. For this I'm taking as int, and age would be 40. I'm trying to insert this record. To do that, what we have to do, we have to make the script here. This is the same script. I'm trying to take it here. I'm trying to copy paste here. Instead of go, I'll just give semicolon. Here also semicolon. Instead of these three values, what I'm trying to do is I'm just giving question mark, comma, question mark, comma, question mark. These are the three variable values that we are going to take in this script. Okay, now what we have to do, we have taken three variables in it. Let us check that the tables variables that we are having here, the values we have to pass here through parameters are like name, gender and age. We have to pass for these values. For that we have to go to parameter mappings. Here we have to create three different parameters. First parameter would be name, that we have here, and it is like input, and for the name we are going to take varchar data type, and parameter type would be from 0. We are going to start. Parameter size we are keeping it as 1, and next parameter is Next, gender, input parameter. This is also a string. That means we have to take varchar data type. Here I'm giving one, and third variable will be age. For this I'm giving as a long, and here 2 would be the parameter. In the parameter mappings, I'm just mapping these three values with these three parameters. Now what I'm trying to do is, in the before query, what we have done, we have inserted Rahul, F and 32 is the data. Now we are trying to insert Siva, M, 32. These are the values that are going to pass to these parameters. And let us execute this execute SQL task here. It got executed successfully. Let us check the data here. Now Siva, M and 40, age 40 record has been successfully inserted into the employee table. Now what we are trying to do is, this scenario has been completed by using parameters. We can insert a new record in employees table, and the third option would be by using expressions. We try to do the same thing here. Here, coming to the parameter, I'm just deleting why, because we are exploring the next option here. Next option would be expressions. In expressions, I'm just trying to take SQL statement source, and here in description I'm just going to provide this expression here. For this, what I'm trying to do is same thing. I am trying to insert a value from parameters. To do that, what we have to give in expressions, we have to put the total query like in 2 double quotes, and to have those things, this is the main thing that we need to understand. We are trying to insert these values from the parameter, that is variables. Here first variable would be username. Finally, all this query has to be converted into the string. In such a way, what we are trying to do, username is a like variable which is having a value, some value that is going to be passed here. For that, what we have to do is single quote, double quote, plus plus variable, like this, plus double quote, single quote. In this way, we have to insert the string values. In the same way, for gender also it is a string value. We have inserted like this. Here also, for last is age is a integer value. For that, to convert the integer value into string, we have to use dt underscore wstr comma 12 is the function that we are going to convert this integer into string. In this way, the total like code between these two colons, it would be converted as a string, and it will execute that thing here in the query. This, I think you understand this thing, that what I'm trying to say here is, let us evaluate things. If I'm trying to evaluate this thing, now the query is working fine. For example, if you remove anything here, try to evaluate, it will provide you, it will give you some error. Okay, in the 2 double quotes, we are trying to give this whole bunch of things. Okay, see, if I'm inserting wrong thing, it will throw an error like this. Here I'm putting it as before. In this way, you have to evaluate the query while writing this statement here. Better you can like test it in the database side. From here you can approach. From variables, you are having system variables, age, gender, name. These are the variables that we have taken here. For these things, single quote, double quote, plus plus, before that a value, and double quote, single quote, like this. You have to end this thing. This is the main thing in the whole of this query. Okay, now the expression is executing properly, and here what I'm trying to do is, for the variables I'm trying to change the value. Why? Because we have inserted this record already, Siva, M and F. F, and name would be Tina. I'm trying to insert this record into the SQL Server database. Now it got executed successfully. Let us check the scenario here. Now Tina, female, and 50 record got inserted successfully by using expressions in execute SQL task. Now we try to explore the different option. Now until we are using the direct input scenario now we are going to use the variable option. For that, what we have to create to use a variable like SQL source type, we have to create one variable here. I'm trying to create a variable called query, and it would be a string parameter. And for this query parameter, these are the properties. For this, we should have to set evaluate at expression into true, and you have to write the expression here. Otherwise, you can click here also, you can write expression. Try to write an expression here. Same expression I'm trying to give for this as well. Why? Because the table is like this here also. This is the expression that we have to use here as well. I'm trying to use the same expression and evaluate expression. Expression got evaluated successfully. And what we have to do now, instead of direct input, we have to take variable, and source variable name also you have to consider here. And direct query also you have considered. Now instead of these values, I'm trying to insert a new value here. And Gajendra will be the next variable values that are going to insert here. This is error here. Failed to lock variable. If not exists, select from the information schema. Source type is a query variable I'm taking here. Source type variable. Okay, we have written something in the expression. We have to delete it. Before doing that, we have to delete it. That is what it is saying. We are trying to delete that one. Now try to map the variable, direct input to variable. What variable we are trying to take? It is query variable. Now it's fine. Okay, let's try to execute this. Now it got executed successfully. Let us check the data in the table. Now Gajendra M60 record has been inserted. Okay, this is the new values which we are provided for the like variables. In this way, second option is the variable also we have explored, and first option is the like direct input also we have explored, and third one would be the file connection. For this, what we have to do, we have to create a separate file for this. For that, what I'll do is I'll take the script. Okay, we are trying to insert. I'll take the script and try to insert, and I'll try to create a new file over here. T files and files. Here I'll try to create a new file. SQL query. The extension should be for this is SQL. I'm trying to save this one here. What I will do is I'll change this value. Instead of Rahul, I'll take Bharat, male, and age would be 60, I think. I'm going to save this file. This record we are going to insert by using the option called instead of a variable, we are going to take file name and file connection. We are trying to browse this files SQL query. This is the file that I'm trying to take here. We are trying to take, now what we have done, the SQL code, we are taking it from the file connection. Among three options, direct input and variable has been explored, and file option also we are going to explore now. Now trying to execute the scenario. Query got executed successfully, and here I am trying to test this thing which has been inserted on Bharat M60 record has been inserted successfully. Now by using SQL, like execute SQL task, there are different options that we can execute the SQL query. One would be direct query. Here you can use the parameter mappings and expressions also you can use. And the next thing is by using the variable, you can put the query in the variable, you can take the variable and you can load the data. And third option would be file. You can put your code in a file with the .sql extension and you can load the data. In this way, different operations we can do on database side by using execute SQL task. Thank you.
Stay connected with GKey IT solutions on all your favorite platforms. Follow us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with all our latest content. Join the GKey community and grow your IT career with us.